Hello everyone, welcome to another one of these collection videos. We recently completed our collection, What We Want, for one of the funniest directors and producers of all time, Mel Brooks. And speaking of producers, might as well start with that. The Criterion Collection LaserDisc of The Producers. This is the only LaserDisc we have for Mel Brooks. A bunch of his early films were released on the format. This was actually one of the earliest LaserDiscs we ever found. Sticking with the producers, then we have the Broadway musical, The Producers, with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Incredible, and in some ways an improvement over the original movie. Then of course we have to move on to the remake movie with Uma Thurman, Nathan Lane, and Matthew Broderick. And I really wish there was some alternate timeline, some alternate universe where we had a combination of the remake movie and the original movie. There are definitely people that are going to prefer one over the other, but I think, overall the stage version is probably the best version, and of course the remake movie is based off more on that, and it has some of the improvements that were in the Broadway musical compared to the original movie, but then of course it had the things that didn't translate as well into the movie form as compared to the original, which is a timeless classic. I definitely prefer Gene Wilder significantly over Matthew Broderick, like I said, even close, but I do actually prefer the interpretation and performance of Nathan Lane as the character over Zero Mostel, who does a good job, but overall, there are things that I like better about the original, and things I like better about the remake. So the combination, if there was some alternate universe we could smash those together and make the perfect movie, that'd be great. So that is The Producers, all the different variations of that. And moving on to DVD, the most substantial format for almost all these collections, we have this Mel Brooks box set collection, which includes most Mel Brooks movies. Not quite all of them, missing just a couple, including The Producers, which we have, of course, both versions and other formats then. But this is a great collection because it's very, these individual thin cases, so a good way of getting most of his movies in one small box set. Blazing Saddles, High Anxiety, History of the World Part 1, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Silent Movie, The 12 Chairs, the remake of To Be or Not to Be. Good movie, but I do prefer the original to this one, but still a good fun time. And of course, Young Frankenstein. And that Young Frankenstein is probably my overall favorite. It's definitely one of my 3 favorite movies, and I think generally the best overall movie. So I also have a separate DVD for that movie. Just a brilliant collaboration with Gene Wilder. The two of them were at the top of their game. Everyone in here was incredible. I don't think there was a single bad performance in here. Marty Feldman, of course, is great. Peter Boyle, Cloris Leachman, and Madeline Kahn, who I think needs to be talked about so much more in conjunction with talking about Mel Brooks movies. I feel like, obviously, Mel Brooks gets talked about a lot, and Gene Wilder in different performance, but Madeline Kahn is amazing in every one of these that she's in. And with Young Frankenstein, sticking with that of course was also put into the form of a Broadway show, and we have a recording of that on CD. And Amanda was actually lucky enough to see this on Broadway. She used to go to Broadway quite frequently, up in New York with relatives living up there, and she saw some really good stuff, and I'm very jealous that she actually got to see this, because it's amazing. That would have been incredible to see, because it's my favorite work overall from Mel Brooks. And Young Frankenstein we have on VHS. Of course, this is how the format that I watched most of his movies on growing up. This is the only one where I kept a VHS tape for, because it's just such a brilliant classic movie. Again, even if it's not the absolute favorite of somebody's, it's got to be one of the best, if not the best, I think, overall they made. I think it's the best production and one of my 3 favorites. And of course there's one that's missing from that box set that definitely stands out, and I have that along with my other 2 favorites on Blu-ray. Spaceballs is not in that box set, so I have a Blu-ray DVD combo of this one of my 3 favorites. Great film. I mean, I love the 80s, and I love science fiction from that time, and Star Wars, and just everything involved in this is remarkable. Just something that I really enjoy. So I had this combo pack here, Blu-ray DVD, and then my other 2 in my top 3, Blazing Saddles, Blu-ray for that one. A remarkable film, one of these that just absolutely could not exist in today's world, but a great timeless comedy. Another one again that Madeline Kahn is really fantastic in. So Blazing Saddles, and then of course, as mentioned before, how much I really enjoy Young Frankenstein. Have that on Blu-ray right here. So my 3 favorite films of that incredible comedic mind, Mel Brooks. Just such a fantastic library. He's done so many amazing movies, and I'd love to hear what some of your favorites are in the comments below.